Okay, here we are. This is a go-kart that has been made for my grandson Mario, and this is our first look or walk around to check it out and get some basic ideas on how I made it. It's my design, and we have a gas pedal here. Let me see if I can get on this side of it. We have a gas pedal which is on the driver's right side, and the brake is on the driver's left side. And we have some spindles that I got from Northern Tool, and wheels. And all of these bolts that you see here are machine screws that pass all the way through, all the way down to the far side, and the machine screw threads into a T-nut on the bottom, so it pulls in nice and tight, and then a nylon inserted check nut up against the T-nut to keep it nice and tight. This thing here is a footrest for the driver's left foot, so he can keep his balance. And then we have the steering wheel here. With tie rods. And the way it turned out when I bought the hardware, the tie rods that came with the front end spindles, these tie rods here turned out to be an inch too short from the way I made the front axle, so I made some new tie rods to the right length. And then I made a steering wheel. As you can see, it looks like a homemade steering wheel. And behind the steering wheel on the right is a kill switch. So if anything goes wrong, the driver can just kill the power to the motor. And we have a seat belt that goes across. A nice 3-inch thick foam seat. .5 horsepower. Predator 6.5 horsepower from Harbor Freight. It's a solid dead axle, which means that we're driving one wheel only, this wheel on the engine side here. When I first put this together and test drove it, it went way too fast for a 9-year-old. So I put on a countershaft, which is this plate here and this shaft. So I'm going from a 12-tooth sprocket on the engine to a 30-tooth sprocket on the countershaft, and then on this side of the countershaft is a 13-tooth sprocket going down to a 60-tooth sprocket on the drive wheel. So instead of going 27 to 30 miles an hour that I originally had with a sprocket going directly to the drive wheel, now I've got a gear reduction and I've dropped it down to around 10 or 11 miles an hour. Then I had a problem with the this chain here popping off the sprockets. So I added this spring-loaded tension arm with an idler sprocket in there to keep spring tension on the chain so it won't pop off the sprocket. And it seems to work pretty good. I just took it for a test drive and it didn't pop off on me, and I went over off-road into some bumpy areas. And that's about it.